Hi guys, it's Kat. If you're new here, hello. And if you're not new, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for sticking around during my very long hiatus. I'm excited to revive the channel and start posting more analytical, pop culture related content like this. And I'm very excited to talk about Red Velvet today. So let's go. So I love Red Velvet. They have for years been my top girl group, and in the past few months specifically, I've fallen deeply into the Red Velvet void again. I think all the bad vocal lip syncing controversies that have happened this year have just made me appreciate these girls and their talent even more. I've been obsessively listening back to all their old stuff, like my Apple Music for the past 2 months has the literal receipts. They are also about to celebrate a huge milestone with their 10th anniversary coming up in August, so I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about them. So this is going to be a pretty casual video. I'm going to talk about Red Velvet's latest title track, Cosmic, the music video, and then at the end I want to discuss the promotional teasers and album art because there's been some controversy and I want to add my 2 cents to that conversation because I do think it's a valid and important one. I won't be talking about the album as a whole in this video just for time's sake, but I have listened to it and long story short, I love it. Go stream the B-side Love Arcade because it's just pure fun pop deliciousness. Okay, so let's talk about Cosmic. So to me, Cosmic is quintessential Red Velvet and really fits in with the evolved version of their sound they've been doing over the last couple years. Earlier in their career, Red Velvet were known for alternating between releasing Red-style title tracks, which are energetic, pop, and electronic sounding, such as Happiness, Ice Cream Cake, Red Flavor, Power Up, and Birthday, and Velvet-style title tracks, which are moodier, more R&B, and sultry, like Be Natural, One of These Nights, Bad Boy, and Psycho. However, they've started to really melt these styles together, which can be seen in songs like their 2022 Japanese release Wild Side and their 2023 release Chill Kill. Both of these songs have sultry verses that lead into an energetic pop chorus. Cosmic fits into this formula perfectly and to me is like the opposite side of the same coin as Chill Kill. While Chill Kill was dark and eerie, Cosmic is bright and eerie. The disco inspiration in the chorus is a refreshing spin on the nostalgia trend we're seeing a lot of in K-pop now. Instead of a 90s or early 2000s throwback, they went for a 70s throwback, which we haven't heard in K-pop for a little while, and it's extremely refreshing. I really love that because the verses are so moody and mysterious, incorporating a lot of whispery and breathy type vocals before going into the powerful pre-chorus, you expect an anti-drop in the chorus, but instead you get the most flowery and sunny red chorus ever. It's just so exciting and hopeful and makes me feel so good while listening to it. I'm not a music expert, so I can't get any more detailed than that, but I just know when something sounds good to me, and this is absolute ear candy. I also love that this song is almost 4 minutes long. Like, let's go girls, we got pre-choruses, we got a dance break, we got a bridge, we got an outro. We are so back. Thank you, Red Velvet. 10 out of 10. So let's talk about the music video. Red Velvet never disappoints when it comes to music videos, and this may be one of my favorites of theirs ever, right up there with Peekaboo. Like the song, the music video is also opposite to Chill Kill. Instead of being in a dark haunted house, the girls are out in the daylight in an open field, sun goddesses in a beautiful but equally unsettling cult. I know there are theories about how this video actually does connect to Chill Kill. I haven't caught up with all that yet, but that is super cool if it's legit, and I'm so here for lore continuity. The music video was very obviously inspired by the 2019 horror film Midsommar, which was literally stated at the end of the video, which is so funny to me for some reason, but I mean if I was getting sued left and right as much as SM is right now, I'd be doing the same thing. So I'm not going to go into a deep thematic analysis of the video, but basically the narrative revolves around this mysterious girl who falls from space into the forest, and Red Velvet and their cult members go and collect her. The cult seems to be sun worshippers, so I'm guessing that this girl came from the sun and that's why they were so eager to get her. The music video keeps it pretty ambiguous of exactly what they're going to do to her. I don't know if they're going to make her their queen, sacrifice her, eat her, I don't know. Seulgi was just fixated on her the entire music video and it was both alluring and creepy. Oh, and talking about Seulgi, and I'm totally going off script here, she is my Red Velvet bias, and I just have to mention that I love this new era for her as a YouTuber. I think it's a great way to promote her and by extension the group to new young K-pop fans, and for someone like me who's around the same age as her, I love her fashion recommendations and just seeing all the relatable things she does in her day-to-day life as a woman in her 30s. I'm happy that SM let her pursue this, and she is just such a queen. Okay, back to the music video. So I was surprised to see choreo shots in this music video, and I admit that they felt a tad out of place, especially since their costumes were so different in both color and style in these scenes to the rest of the video. I feel like SM could have went all out and kept this video narrative only and then released a separate version with the choreo. But that's just a nitpicky thing, and all in all, this is still one of my top fave Red Velvet videos. The girls and the setting and the lighting and just everything was absolutely gorgeous. I give this a 9 out of 10. So I want to touch on this topic just briefly. Maybe I'll do an entire video in the future about AI and its impact on K-pop and K-pop marketing, but for now I just want to quickly add my opinion to the discussions going on in the fandom about SM's use of AI in the cosmic marketing. These discussions have kind of died down now that the album is out and everyone is enjoying it, but I actually do think this is an important thing to address because AI is here, for better or worse, and it's here to stay, so we need to talk about it. So this whole controversy started because fans noticed that the cosmic teaser images that were released leading up to the album utilized AI-generated settings and backgrounds. Eagle-eyed fans were able to pick up anomalies in the images that made it clear that the settings weren't real. I'll pop up a few examples circled here so you can see. People were annoyed about this because Red Velvet specifically have been long known for their use of cool practical sets and for their unique art direction, and people are arguing that using AI goes against everything their brand has stood for. In my personal opinion, I think there are ways that AI can be used creatively, but I agree that the mistakes in the teaser images came across as just sloppy. I think that AI works if you're doing something abstract and simple. The issue is that SM was trying to replicate a real environment in these photos, and it just came across as uncanny and lazy. In this case, they should have just used a real set. This is literally just a parking lot. It wouldn't have been a hard setting to find. Also, AI aside, I actually just found a lot of the teaser images to be out of place with what the overall concept and music video aesthetic ended up being, which is super weird because I feel like in the past, Red Velvet have always nailed it with album art and teasers. Like, these Sailor Scout outfits are super cute, but they do not appear at all in the music video, nor does this hotel setting, or this parking lot setting. On the flip side, the red and black outfits they wore in the dance scenes in the music video were nowhere to be seen in any teasers, so yeah, a little confusing. The final set of teaser images did coincide with the music video and they were gorgeous. I would have made this the album cover, to be honest. Because of the misleading teaser photos, I was actually expecting there to be AI in the final music video, so I was happy to see the use of real sets and landscapes in the video, and it was still beautiful in my opinion in spite of the messy marketing, which of course falls at the fault of SM and not Red Velvet themselves. So in conclusion, this was another solid comeback from Red Velvet, and although criticism towards SM's marketing and management when it comes to Red Velvet is completely valid, one thing that has always been consistent with Red Velvet is that they'll bring something fun and of utmost quality, and their talent and uniqueness is what has allowed them to stay as successful and relevant as they have been for the last decade. I'm so excited to see what they do next. Happy 10 years, Red Velvet.
I just can't say goodnight. Oh, I can never say goodnight.
So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I really enjoyed making this one and have tons of ideas going through my head that I can't wait to share. See you in the next one.